Good evening, student. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope all of you are following the rules given by the central government for coronavirus pandemic, maintaining the lockdown, stay home, stay healthy. Now today I will here to discuss exercise 2.1 from NCERT book. Here exercise 2.1 question number 1 NCERT book. The graph of y is equal to px are given below. For some polynomial px, find the number of zeros. Here you have to find the number of zeros. Okay, in this case graph of this one like this. Again in second one the graph will be like that. In third graph will be like this one. Fourth I have already drawn. Fifth I have drawn. Sixth I have drawn. So let's see how many zeros are there from each graph. Here one thing you have to keep your mind, that if there is given that y is equal to px, then for number of zeros you have to see that whether this line is touch the x-axis or not. If it is not touch the x-axis, then the number of zeros will be zeros. If it is touch the x-axis, we have to keep in mind that we have to point out the touch point of only x-axis, not y-axis, because the polynomial is given y is equal to x, means the variable is x, so we have to keep notice on x-axis. If it is written at y is equal to py, z is equal to py, then we have to notice on y-axis for finding the number of zeros. Here you can see that this line does not touch the x-axis, so I can write that number of zeros, in this case number of zeros is equal to 0. For which? Why? Because the line does not cut anywhere in the x-axis. It is parallel to x-axis, does not cut the x-axis. Here you can see that line has cut at one point. So I can see that, and I can write that the number of zeros is equal to, here for in this case I can write number of zeros is equal to 1. Why 1? Because at this point only it is cut, the graph is cut by x-axis. Again come to question number 3. Here you can see that the graph is cut by x-axis at 3.1, 2 and this 3. Again you can see that this graph going to anywhere infinite direction, cut on x-axis at 3 different points, 1, 2, 3. So I can write that number of zeros is equal to 3 for this case. Here you can see that the graph cut at 2 different points on x-axis. So I can write that number of zeros is equal to 2 for this. And for question number 5 we can say that number of zeros 1, 2, 3, 4. Number of zeros in this case, number of zeros is equal to 4. Now here we are seeing that the number of zeros is, in this case here graph does not cut this x-axis, it is only touch So this is 1 point, this is 1 point, this is 1 point. It is not cut by x-axis, so I can take it count as a 1 point. So for this 1 point, for this 1 point, for this 1 point. So graph of, in this case, number of zeros. In this case, number of zeros is equal to, how many zeros are there? 1, 2, 3. Why 3? It is not cut by x-axis, only touch. Graph has touches the x-axis. So take, if it graph will touch the x-axis, count as 1, not more than 1. So student, as we all know, we all see that different from the different types of question, number of, how we will find the number of zeros through the graph. Actually this part is very important regarding the board exam or regarding any exam, because nowadays boards are taking exam, or board are taking the exam as per the objective view. There are 20 questions in objective. So there will be a chance that such types of question there will be also. So you must have to keep revise. You must have to know how to find the number of zeros with the graph. This is the thing. Now we will go for exercise 2.2. Here we will that exercise will give you the concept about the finding zeros and relation between zeros and coefficient. Now come to exercise 2.1, question number 1. Question number 1, given the instruction that find the zeros and verify the relationship between this is called between, relationship between zeros and coefficient of the following polynomial. First polynomial is this one, second is this one, third one is this one. So we will go one by one and see how we can solve such types of questions, and how we can establish the relationship between zeros and coefficient. In last video you will see that what is the relation between zeros and coefficient. I have already established the relationship between zeros and coefficient. Now I can just revise for you that you will be see how relationship between zeros and coefficient. First relation is that sum of zeros. First relationship is that sum, just for recap I am revising the things. First relation is sum of zeros, that is called alpha plus beta. Sum of zeros, that is called alpha plus beta, is equal to minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square. It is also written as, you have to write only alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. Such thing, if you are not able to write such thing, then you must have to write only alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. No need to write that alpha plus beta is equal to minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. And second is that product of zeros, that is called alpha into beta is equal to c by a. C for constant term, a for again coefficient of x square. C will be constant term. I have also discussed in last video that all the quadratic equation have the standard form, and this is the standard form, ax square plus bx plus c. This is the standard form of any quadratic equation. From this one you can find enormous number of quadratic equation by putting the value of a, b, c. Here a, b, c are nothing else or only any real number. It can be any real number. A will be greater than, a will be less than, anything. ये दिस इज द क्वेश्चन, ये आपका क्वेश्चन है. इसमें मैंने पिछले वीडियो में मैंने डिस्कस किया था कि इस तरह के 3 तरह का मेथड्स होगा. एक होगा डायरेक्ट मेथड, जिसको आप डायरेक्ट फॉर्म में बनाएंगे. एक होगा आपको कॉमन मेथड, एक होगा मिडिल टर्म स्प्लिटिंग। तो कैसे पहचानेंगे कौन किस मेथड से बनेगा? जब भी आपको दो टर्म दिया हुआ हो और लास्ट का कांस्टेंट टर्म नहीं दिया हुआ, जैसे 8, जैसे 4, जैसे 5, इस तरह का कुछ नहीं दिया हुआ, तो जब भी दो टर्म दिया हुआ हो, एक ये यू स्क्वायर और एक यू के फॉर्म में, तो सबसे पहला आपको क्या करना है, कॉमन मेथड लगा देना। मतलब वी विल टेक कॉमन इन बोथ ऑफ देम, दोनों में से जो भी कॉमन निकलता है वो बाहर कर देंगे। देखिए दोनों में से 4u कॉमन निकल रहा है, मैंने बाहर कर दिया, जो अंदर बचा उसको ब्रैकेट में मैंने लिख दिया u+2। अब इसका दो प्रोडक्ट बना, एक 4u और एक u+2, दोनों को कंपेयर कर लेंगे 0 से। 4u इज इक्वल टू 0, देन u विल बी 0/4, 0/4 की वैल्यू हो जाएगी 0। अगेन u+2 is equal to 0, then u will be -2. So it is a quadratic equation, as we are know that maximum zeros will be 2. Here I can say that first 0 is 0 and second one is -2. If I will take this one, then second one will be this. Take first 0 as alpha, second one will be the beta. If you will take -2 as alpha, then this will be the beta. So I have taken the zeros as alpha and -2 as beta. Now come to the verification point. You have to verify relationship between zeros and coefficient. For this you need to do this. First write the given quadratic equation and compare this quadratic equation by ax square plus bx plus c. As you can see that both RHS of the both part are equal to 0, so both the equation are equal to 0. If both are equation are 0, then the coefficient of u square will be coefficient of x is equal to the coefficient of x square. So I can write a is equal to 4, b is equal to 8 and c is equal to, here you can see that there is no any constant term, so I can take this c as 0. If there will be any constant term, then I will take c that value. Suppose if there will be given that c 2, then I will take c is equal to 2. If there is any constant term, then you have to take c that part. Here there is no any constant term, so we will write c is equal to 0. Constant term is equal to 0. Now come to the point, how we will verify the relationship between zeros and coefficient. Now for verification, what we have to do, first we have to find the alpha plus beta, value of alpha plus beta. So alpha is 0, beta is -2, so alpha plus beta is equal to 0 plus -2, that will be the -2. We can write the -2 as 8/4 minus, take the minus outside and write 8/4, then it will write as b/a. So alpha plus beta is equal to -b/a. And this one, product of zeros, that is alpha into beta. This one 0 into -2, that will be the 0. So we can write that 0 divided by 4, this one will be the c/a. If you will not write that, suppose you have not written this one, you can write after -2 as -b/a. As we have seen that this one will be equal to, as we know that alpha plus beta is equal to -b/a. So it is established relation, so this will also be automatically become alpha plus beta is equal to -b/a in any case. And for this you need to write here after this c/a, as you know that alpha into beta is equal to c/a. After this you will write verified. In each case such types of question will be there. If then you have to do first find alpha and beta, then you have to find a, b, c, again you have to go like this. In next you will find, in my next video you will find continued part of this video from question number 2, 3. Again I will go from another types of questions. We will take another more question, for we will find that how we will find the zeros and how we will establish the relationship between zeros and coefficient. Till that, goodbye, take care, have a good day.